Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Holy smokes, it is 1:33 in the afternoon. Yesterday, I showed off and unboxed some of the things that I had gotten in the mail, like this tin Helm, and then, as well, the game Iron Helm, which it has a lot of cool artwork along all the edges, so it's not just the same silly art, but it's done a lot by the artist Jason Glover, so thumbs up on that. Now, I did manage to play a game of Tin Helm all on my own last night, which the instructions are on the front and back of regular, poker-sized playing cards. So you have to be succinct, and being succinct doesn't always mean that you're the clearest. And so I didn't figure it all out before I played. I had to figure out as I was playing it, and it took a time, but they have a very ingenious method of randomizing what happens in the game. And there is a randomizing roguelike method to it. That's very, very cool. The combat is goofy. It and Tin Helm and Iron Helm share the same rough method of you roll two six-sided dice. You subtract the smaller from the larger. If you roll doubles, you do no damage or you miss. And then you just, like I say, subtract the smaller from the larger. That's how much damage you do. So if you roll a 3 and a 1, well, 3 minus 1 is 2. You did 2 damage. With Tin Helm, you also have modifiers to your strength and all that with your class and your race. And so it changes. You roll, you subtract, and then you add your modifier to it. So you can do a lot of damage. Thumbs up for that. Now with Tin Helm, you can play any one of a number of characters and or races. The expansions for Iron Helm do the same, but I was correct. The instructions for, well, not the instructions, the backstory for Iron Helm is, yeah, you are a grizzled adventurer, and you are going in for one last run so that you can retire. This is it. So that's what's happening on that one. You're going in to try and get some money, and this is it. Now with Tin Helm, it's a weird story, but you're like on the 5th floor of a monastery with altered monks, and you're trying to get out of the place. So thumbs up for that. Now, like I said, I've played Tin Helm, the first level, until I died. And it's a semi-ingenious level of playing level by level, because you're going through a set number of rooms on each level, and there's 5 levels for Tin Helm. And as you travel, there's 2 cards for a dungeon, and on the top card, which you choose, it has 2 little symbols to show you what's going to be in the room. The next card is a results card that you flip over, and it has a bunch of results of what things are, like what a trap would be, how much damage there are. If it's a monster, what kind of monster it is. If it's a random event, what kind of random event it is. And so because you are flipping over different cards that have those different things on them, when the first card that you're looking at the room says, oh, it has this, because you're going to be flipping over any number of different other cards, that randomizes what it could be. Thumbs up for that. But, and here's the biggest problem that I have that I am upset with. Not so much upset, I rate it myself in the world over. Right now, I have no method of recording anything at all like that. Sure, I've got my tablet here, and where did I put it? Here we are. I have found my little action cam, you know, for recording things. Now here's the difference, of course. When I'm out and recording, again, I have to hold it up like this so that I can record. And if I want to see what I'm doing, I have to look through this. And that's tight and rough for my hand, and it's rough for my arm. And even if I wanted to use it in here, I don't have a tripod to hook it onto. And I don't have a tripod and a gripper for the tablet. What I was using to record before was I do have 2 green screens with 2 green screen holders. I had 1 green screen tripod on one side, and they're only for that because they just have a little gripper that you can pinch up at the top. And then I had a stick that went over the top of my table, and then on top of a hamster cage was a cardboard box that I had that on. And then I taped my PlayStation 4 camera to the stick. So I didn't even have tripods, and I was having to tape my camera to just a wooden stick. I don't have that available to me. I need to get it like an actual tripod, but that means I need to get a gripper for a 10.5-inch tablet so I can record using this, and get an adapter for that if I wanted to use that for any of the indoor recording. So right now I can't even do any of the game stuff that I want to unless I do it all online. I have right now on my computer set up the character sheet for Demons and Demonologists, I think it's called. It's the game book set. I had the game book open, and then I have another thing, a dice roller in the back, so that you don't need to do anything, or I don't, but just have the 2-page spread game book on one side, my character sheet's open here, and then the dice roller is back behind it. I can easily do that and then just have this to record the voice. So I'm hoping to get that done. All the other things I want to get done, until I can get hold of a tripod and such, well, there's not going to be much of that, unfortunately. Now, one of the other things I wanted to talk about was I watch a lot of things about a lot of things. One of the things I watched, and I can't even remember what I was watching, but it was talking about a bunch of different types of horror games. And one of them, the particular section of video that I want to talk about here, was about the game Siren, or Siren Forever, something like that. But it was like a PS2 era game, but it had the type of casual attitude toward death from one character, and just an absolute perfect cinematic shot that followed next. At some point in the game, there is a cinematic where the characters are looking down from like a bridge, and it's just zombies everywhere. And the male character that's there says really conversationally something along the lines of, well, that's it, I'm out of here. I'm not going to stick around and become one of them. And the way it sounds, it's like, oh, he's just going to leave. He's going to go. He's getting out of here. Oh yeah, he leaves. And when I say the perfect shot, is they had a very stylized view of the gal looking away. And when she's hearing that being said, she starts to turn around. As her face comes into view, you hear the gunshot. This is what the guy was talking about when he said, well, I'm out of here. Yeah, he's out of here. And that's the way he left. He didn't want to be around for this, so boom. But her look the perfect cinematic shot. I mean, she's turning, and the expression of shock on her face, which you know, shock, eyes widen, mouth opens, just transitioned into a look of absolute horror from eyes wide, mouth wide to eyes wider and mouth wider. Just, even as it's happening. And it's that casual attitude towards your own death that fascinates me about mortality and such. That attitude, something about it, it doesn't please me, but there's something about that fascinates me. I just spat here, my apologies. And it's one of the reasons I believe I have been so necro-oriented my whole life. Very dark, very negative, very fixated on death and the like. So, yay? Past that, one of the reasons too, I think that in my one setting, especially the cryptid setting, death is treated, it's changing. I mean, the cryptids are unable to do certain things. I mean, you can take them along a path of A to B to C to D, and then they won't be able to step from D to E. And it's not that they don't want to, it's just that they are unable to. So if the steps lead from, people are autonomous and wonderful human beings all the way up to D, and this is why you should do this and this, and then that step to E, and this is why you should not just kill them. Cryptids can't make that step from D to E. Makes sense for all of us. Oh, you shouldn't do this, therefore you shouldn't commit murder. They go all the way up to here, but then when you go from D to E, that therefore you shouldn't just kill human beings, it's like you've gone from, okay, 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 4 plus 4 equals 8, 8 plus the differential of 26 over the cosine of y. Suddenly it just doesn't make sense anymore. It breaks down entirely, and it's not that they don't want to, they just can't. I'm having a great time here being an organic being. And so they have these, what we would call issues, but thumbs up for that. There's more, but now that I've been choking and such on my own, like saliva and the like. So I'm still dealing on issues. It's, again, I think all of my settings would be, there are computer game settings and tabletop settings, board games, there's comic books and graphic novels and everything. This is a big enough setting to encompass almost everything, and that's a good thing. Which is also one of the reasons that I am talking about it so much. I'm not really going to be able to, I believe, do anything with it on a commercial fashion. Being able to break into writing, especially right now, the odds of that are so low that I might as well go beat my head up against a brick wall for the rest of my life. But I still have creative thoughts and want to do things as a hobby. So that's one of the reasons I talk about it. I'd sort of like to just release it all on Creative Commons and such, because if I can spread it out there and people can get inspired by it, that's a thumbs up right there. Because if I'm not going to be able to write the books that I would like to have written, but if other people can get inspired by it and write the books that they would like in that setting, then awesome. So yeah, I'm going to continue working on this setting and talking about it, and who knows? I mean, 2 years ago, I never would have figured that any of this would have happened that would have put me where I am right now. Things change. I mean, in 1999, I was dying of my alcoholism. And in 2001, I was preparing to marry the woman who is going to become my wife. I mean, things change fast. So thumbs up on that. Anyway, though, if I can record stuff like the game there, then I'm gonna hopefully get that done today. If not, well, we'll see what I can do. I need to order, if they're either this, it's probably gonna be next month, so I need to order some tripods and such so that I can record, because I want to do that. Still though, until we meet again, you take care. I'm being organic again. You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. I have nothing to show by turning the tablet around and recording the room. Nothing has changed since yesterday. I mean, my bed is my bed, my table is my table, the other room is the bathroom. Nothing has changed there. You know, the curtains are behind me, the door is over there. I mean, it's a tiny place, nothing has changed, so thumbs up. Anyway though, you take care. I gotta reach forward with my stylus to tap on touch screen here with the on-screen controls. So I'll talk to you all later.